Okay, welcome back to Woodshop Wednesdays. As usual, I always get started before I video, so now I gotta do some explaining what I've got going on here. This is some Honduran rosewood that I've had for, I don't know, probably close to 2 decades now. It was left over from a drum build that I did back in the day. And then this is curly maple here. This is left over from the snare drum I built. So what I'm doing is I've glued up these pieces, and I'm gonna make 2 shifter knobs out of it for my 85 CJ7. And I'm gonna make the knobs both a little bit larger and longer than what is normal, just so that I can get it up closer to where I can shift easier and don't even have to bend forward or anything like that. And I'm curious to know how it's gonna come out with that maple sandwiched in between there. I just think that's gonna be pretty. But anyway, I've got enough there to do 2 knobs and then some. But I'll probably make each knob maybe 4 inches long in total. You know, somewhere around there, about that long. So I have enough to do probably 4 knobs. But anyway, they're glued up. Honduran rosewood is one of those woods that's very oily. So what I did first before I glued it up is I wiped it down liberally with some denatured alcohol before I put the glue on it. And that way, and of course milled it up so it's flat. When it goes together, it's nice and got a good integrity there. So got good glue squeeze out from all the clamps here, and just gonna let that sit overnight, and I'll be ready to do some turning operation tomorrow. See you then. Okay, welcome back to Woodshop Wednesdays. Today is Thursday and March 6th, 2025. So yesterday I had videoed real quickly the little project I'm doing right now, and that is the glue up of this rosewood. This is Honduran rosewood and curly maple. And so what I'm getting ready to do now is run this through the thickness planer just to kind of flatten this out, get rid of those glue bumps and whatnot. And then I'll cut it, about 5 inches of it, and I'm gonna turn that on the lathe over there into a knob for my Jeep CJ7. I don't know what happened to the other knobs that I made. I think I might have inadvertently thrown them away because I took some things out of my Jeep. They were off the shifters at the time. And I put them in a bag. I'm not even sure what I was doing at that time, but I put them in a bag and I think they were inadvertently thrown away. So I'm making a new improved version of it using Honduran rosewood and curly maple. So. Okay, there it is. It's turned and rough sanded with a 100 grit to get the profile that I want there. And this, I had to take a measurement on the Jeep to find out what diameter that needs to be so it fits the shifter right, and looks good. So yeah, I'm liking the way that looks. That's about what I thought it would look like. We got the curly maple here with the rosewood. Yeah, I like it. All right, so now I'm gonna go to the finish sanding and then the finishing process after I part it off the lathe. Okay, this is a 3/8 16 pitch, which is what this is going to need. I already drilled the pilot hole with a 1/4 inch brad point. Now I've got a regular drill on here. And I'm going to make it 1/16 under this size, so that's 5/16. Okay, so that should be good to start threading that. And then what I'll do, once that's threaded and I actually put it on the Jeep, I'll probably put some epoxy glue down in there, something that's compatible with steel. Put a little bit of glue down in there and that'll help keep it from loosening up too. But sanded to 220. I was gonna do a gloss finish on this, but it's a little too fancy for the Jeep. So I'm gonna do a matte finish on it. To make sure it's straight. I got to show you guys something I think is cool. I've had this tap and die set since I was 16 years old, 17 years old, when I was in auto mechanics in high school, my junior year and part of my senior year. I had to leave the senior year auto mechanics because my instructor had me doing nothing but brakes every day. I don't think he liked me very well, but that pissed me off, so I said, okay, I'm out of here. Anyway, but I've got this kit, and most of my tools that I have are Craftsman tools from back in the day that my mom and dad bought me to be in that class. So yeah, anyway, I'm just kind of proud to still have them. I have lost some along the way, but that tap that I just used is, what would that be, 43 years old or so. So anyway, thought that was pretty cool. Okay, I've changed my mind on the finish. I forgot that I had this right here. This is a satin finishing wax by General Finishes. And this is a 1 pound cut of shellac. It's a blonde, super blonde shellac. So I'm gonna do a couple coats of this, maybe 3 coats of this by hand, and then finish it with the satin finishing wax. See what it looks like. Okay, I'm back because I changed my mind. I decided to recess these knobs with a Forstner bit so that I could put the little button emblem in there that will tell you if it's in four-wheel drive, or if I use this as the shifter one, it'll tell you the gear you're in. So that'll add a nice touch. And I decided to go ahead and turn a different one. And I'm not sure which one of these I'll end up using for the shifter one. Maybe this one actually, but either way, I wanted to do something a little bit different. And this has got a nice hefty feel to it. And I decided to not finish it with the wax. I'm gonna go ahead and do the shellac and the acrylic water-based lacquer because I think it'll hold up better over time. It won't get dingy and dirty as easily as with the wax from, you know, grease and oil in your hand. So, all right, here we go. Okay, and there's the sealer coats. I put like 3 light coats of that 1 pound cut shellac there. I'll let that dry and then I'll come back and spray. Probably spray 3 coats of that, let it sit overnight, level sand it, probably spray 2, maybe 3 more, and it should be good to go. I've got the little buttons that are gonna go down in there on order. They were a whole $5 each, so they're coming from Quadratech. Be here in a few days, so I'll be back with you guys then.